This is The Locker Room on News 3.
Well, it is starting to feel like football weather, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us tonight on The Locker Room. A couple of teams look to stay perfect, and a big Bay Rivers showdown up in Yorktown. All of that and more is coming your way. But first, Eastern District rivals clash in our 7-5-7 showdown. Let's head out to Zach Staten in Norfolk. And Zach, you saw a game tonight where one team looked like it really asserted its dominance there.
Yeah, that's right, Mark. Lake Taylor trying to get out to a 4-0 start, outscoring its opponents by more than 100 points. Maury trying to string together back-to-back wins after beginning the season with a heartbreaking loss. Something has to give. From the meal before the kick,
we always working here right,
to the pregame greetings. There's no lack of emotion when Maury and Lake Taylor do battle for Norfolk.
You have to love playing on stages like this. You have to love it. You have to love it. Playing here, you have to love playing on stages like this. Take pride in who? Yourself.
This one started out with a bang. First play from scrimmage, Mario Miller's screen pass finds LeBron Bond. He's got nothing but turf to run, and the deuce is to throw up as he takes it 60 yards for a touchdown. It's 7-0 home team. Lake Taylor responds in the second quarter on a 1-yard rush from Tarian Washington Jacobs. 2-point try, no good, so it stays a 7-6 Commodore lead. Teams would trade fumbles, but that gives Miller a chance to hit Devontae Floyd for the touchdown right before the half. 13-6 game going in the locker rooms. Commodore defense would take over from there, and one more touchdown pitch and catch to Floyd would be the icing on the cake. Maury taking care of the Titans, handing them their first loss of the season, 36-14.
We just put in all summer. We've been preparing to finish games like this, come out in the fourth quarter, second half preferably, and dominate. We treat it just like it's another game, but you know, rivalry in the city, so we all just want to get the win.
We're both two of the best teams in our district. So you're going to get games like this. They're going to be tough. We're going to be tough. It's been battles back and forth these past few years. You know, it's just good for the guys and the kids and the coaches to get two straight now.
And this might be a really good omen here when it comes for the Commodores here. You look at the last two times they've beaten Lake Taylor, they've advanced to the state championship game, winning it in 2019. And also last year they were beaten by New Bern. They ultimately went to a state championship game after that. So a lot to look forward here too for Maury. Meantime, down in Suffolk, Mark, a top 10 matchup between Western Branch and Kings Fork.
Yeah, no doubt, Zach. First, I got to ask you real quick, my biggest question. Did you get your hand on one of those burgers tonight?
I did not get a hand on one of the burgers. I was trying to suggest that I really wanted one. Nobody took the suggestion. I didn't want to outright ask for one. I tried, and to no avail.
What a gentleman. I'll tell you what, though, I could smell them through the TV. Thanks a lot, Zach. We'll check in with you in a little bit later. Well, meanwhile, as Zach just said, a marquee matchup in Suffolk tonight and a battle of unbeatens. Kings Fork shutting out two of its first three opponents in 3 lopsided victories. Western Branch rolling to 3-0 after an overtime opening win at Churchland. The Bulldogs, one of just 2 teams to top the Bruins in 2021. Opening drive, Kings Fork marching down the field, but Jamari Parker stirring things up. How about a 100-yard pick six? He'll outrun everybody to pay dirt. Bruins have a 7-0 lead before even touching the ball on offense. But Kings Fork gets going. Next drive, 4th down, no problem. Cameron Butler finds Keontae Bumpers, the freshman, all tied up. Second quarter, ground game strong tonight. Javon Ford takes the handoff, doing the rest. 12 yards for the touchdown, 14-7, and that rounds out the scoring. A defensive second half. Bulldogs go to 4-0. Still ahead. Salem out to a 3-0 start, but the Falcons of Frank Cox nipping at their heels in the beach. See how tonight goes when the two spar off right after this.
Welcome back to the locker room, everybody. Zach Staten here at Powhatan Field in Norfolk. Mark Davis back in studio. Churchland, after opening its season with a deflating 1-score loss to Western Branch, has really responded well so far with a 2-1 record, trying to make it 3-1 against Norview. They look good starting out. Opening kickoff, Kyneek Baines returning it all the way down to the 38-yard line. It would set up a first touchdown from Leon Clark right on the goal line. put them up big. Second quarter, Norview answering as Deshaun Thomas scrambles and finds Jaden Williams to score and make it 7-7, but ultimately it's Churchland that comes out with a 14-8 win. Elsewhere in the Beach District, Bayside taking on First Colonial. The Marlins trying to put together wins back-to-back. Will Cox catches a corner pass in the end zone. Second quarter, Marlins go up 22-14. By the third quarter, they're dominating. Leon Griffin rushing in search of an opening, and he finds his way into the end zone for 6. Make it a 40-14 game in the third quarter, and ultimately the Marlins go on to win 53-14 over First Colonial. So again, a lot of Beach District action going on, Mark. Bayside trying to string together a couple of wins after a couple of really close losses. The Marlins seem to be finding their groove.
All right, Zach, thanks very much. Now let's stay right there on the beach. Salem handing Cox a double dose of defeat to end 2021. The Sun Devils clipping the Falcons in the final regular season game, then in the opening round of the playoffs, both by a touchdown. Salem hoping to keep its perfect season intact as the sun sets on the beach. Cox Falcons offense has been flying high as well. Junior quarterback Gage Treffry here is going to find Dominique Thibault 12 yards and a first down. And that would lead to this. Next play, it's DJ Johns. He would push it in and Cox up 7-0. Salem would try to answer, but Isaac Mahalip would end the Sun Devil drive there, stuffs the Devils on fourth down to get the ball back. Cox would add to the lead when Jordan Cooper goes around left end for 6. Falcons remain unbeaten. They take down Salem 28-14. How about the Battle of Kempsville Road? Chiefs visiting Tallwood. Lions looking to pull off the upset tonight. Jacob Rojas finds Tyler Shanyo for 44 yards. Lions moving down the field. Marquise Stevens would get Tallwood on the board, goes untouched through the heart of the Chief defense there. That would wake the Kempsville D up, though. Here they take care of Rojas as he looks to get Tallwood within a score. And from that point on, it's going to be all Chiefs. Naquan Johnson barrels up the middle, 10 yards and a first down. And Darius Johnson will take care of the rest. Goes around the end. Kempsville rolls 41-6 the final. Two Rivers doing battle in Suffolk tonight. Indian River facing Nansemond River. 2017 Braves in the third. They add to it. Tyler Allison drops it off to Malachi Hinton, and the running back will do the rest. Takes off, speeding past everybody for the score. Indian River makes it 27-17. Then special teams doing work. Nansemond River trying to make it a one-possession game, but the field goal attempt is blocked. Braves leave Suffolk with the victory, 27-17 the final. Well, still ahead, York County rivals clash at Bailey Field. Could upstart Grafton keep it going? We're back after this. Hey, what a game between Grafton and York tonight. Let's pick it up in the fourth quarter. 10-2 York ahead. Watch Grafton Ben Sampson come up with a big interception there. Gets Grafton the ball back. Then the Clippers' Coy Snyder will fumble it at the end, but it's recovered by Grafton. It's going to be a gain of 40 yards when all is said and done. Look at him move there. And up, dropped it, but good recovery. 6:15 to go now. Owen Seaford. The two-point conversion to tie the game here after a touchdown. And once you know it, we are tied at 10-10. So tied up now. Big run here by Emmanuel Allen of York. And that is going to set up the game-winning score. Sharmarius Whitby. He'll score. It'll be 17-10. And that's going to be the final score. York tops Grafton 17-10. Let's stay on the peninsula. Hampton and Warwick squaring off in Newport News. How about Eduardo Rios here, junior, on the QB run? He'll keep it and score, get the Raiders on the board. Later, it's Messiah DeLone. This will actually be the touchdown to put them up 7-0. And Warwick keeps the pressure on. Ian Bacon's going to be next here with the 15-yard run. But Hampton will come away with an interception. This one back and forth for a little bit, but the Raiders are going to cruise to a shutout win, 43-0. We're back after this.